Hello everyone, welcome to DotsCast Smite Roll Call, and will be a video series where we go over each role in the game and also look at the gods and see what else they could possibly use for. So first one's going to be Mage Monday, and so here we are with all of our mages. We have Agni, the Hindu god of fire, Anubis, the Egyptian god of the dead, Ao Kuang, the Chinese dragon king of the eastern seas, Kronos, the Greek keeper of time, Freya, the Norse queen of the Valkyries, Hebo, Chinese god of the Yellow River, Poseidon, Greek god of the oceans, Zeus, Greek god of the sky, and Zhang Kui, the Chinese demon queller. And most of these gods will only be seen in a mid lane situation, as in like probably Zeus. Well, actually, you don't really see Zeus that often, anyways. But you also have Agni, Anubis, Ao Kuang for sure, and Hebo and Poseidon, and Zhang Kui as well, because he's rather OP right now. He usually gets banned out at the current like setup of ranked or whatever. Well, maybe not in the game. Oh, we got. Oh no, it took my selection away because I'm trying to talk and stuff, which is really stupid. I don't know why there's even a timer on jungle practice. Let's get the mage filter down here. Other roles that any of these gods would be able to play, I believe Zhang Kui and Kronos can be a very good solo lane, maybe not in very competitive like play, but in casual at least you can mess around with that and have a good time. Also, Hebo can be a fun jungler, and Freya is usually played in the jungle as well instead of other places. But we're just going to stick to the main role that mages play, and I'm just going to pick Ao Kuang because I have a really cool skin for him, and we're going to talk about middle lane stuff. I don't really have a way to show it unless I go into a match, but I don't feel like trying to put up with everybody's BS for there, so I'm just going to hop in here. This will be a little bit different from a Smite guide kind of thing, but we'll play around with this. I'll show you two ways that you usually start off your build. For Ao Kuang and a lot of the other mages, your best ability is always your third ability. No particular reason for that. So we're going to go ahead and grab his 3, which are just his tornadoes. And so you come in here. There's so much stuff. This is not really the recommended build I would use. I've got another one that I've been working on, and you may see it if you noticed in the intro. It was down in the bottom corner and all that goodness. But there are 2 ways that you can start out your build. Most people probably go the Vampiric Shroud in the first part of your boots with a couple of potions, which is, I guess, when I was playing Al last, this was probably the setup that I used if I was middle lane or at all, but I used to play him just for arena to get him boosted up. So you can do Vampiric Shroud and boots and go and do all that, but I'm going to do the way that I do it. So I like to grab the second part of Doom Orb, because you usually start out with about 1,500 gold, and so that was 1150, I believe. And then go to your actives and middle lane. Some people probably don't like this, but I like to use meditation just to keep up my sustain. And so that puts us at 1450, and you would have room to buy 1 more potion. And I would just go ahead and grab another mana pot and head out to the lane. Where are the little minions? Right here. Oh, they just spawned, and they're fighting. Al's tornadoes can actually be placed across both sets. And you'll see that they'll take them away pretty well. After 1 wave, we are level 2. And so we can go ahead and grab that. And if this was the normal middle lane right here, I doubt the gap is this close, but on the sides here, there are harpies that yield a pretty hefty amount of XP if you kill them. And it's nice to coordinate with your jungler to make sure that you kill those every time they're up. We're just kind of killing these and leveling a little bit. So we're just away from level 3 over here. So we can just kind of set. I doubt they spawn as often as this thing lets them. And there also is no tower for us to kill. And of course I've got plenty here. I kind of wish it would. There was something you could run over to get that, just for these guides purposes or whatever. But I mean, if you place your tornadoes correctly on this guy, you can kill the entire way. And his 2 is pretty useless, so we're just going to rank up to 3 and keep moving. I'm probably just going to go until we hit level 5 talking about this. And then after we hit level 5, then I'll show you what you should buy to maintain your lane, because after a while you won't be using nearly as much mana as you would. So let's get some of those. I may not have hit one of those in the back, honestly. One of them didn't get that. It's kind of horrible placement. Oh no, he had a moment at the end. Where's that? Where are we at? We're at level 4. Get there. I think one more wave will probably level us up. But middle lane, just you want to play somewhat passively, but not so passive that you're sitting in the tower earning no gold. So like you just kind of run out and do this, and then get behind the tower. Something stupid cat's ringing a bell behind me. Yeah, so we hit level 5 there, and now's about the time when, if you think you can get a kill, which with owls it's not really that easy to land the ultimate, but you can get some pretty good damage, and a lot of times you want to try to poke at your enemy players. Just kind of spot how they're trying to down creep waves. A lot of people just try to come in from the sides and do stuff. Unless they're like Poseidon or whatever, he would come in and drop his 3 on the whirlpools and then try to throw his tide away from the front. And so if you wanted to wait, if you know you can take a little bit of a beating from the minions, you should try to throw your tornadoes on him, or actually open up with a squall before you light your tornadoes because of the 50% slow. I know this is starting to sound like an owl guide, but I'm just kind of using them. But you can use your AoE abilities to kind of poke down the person you're laning against. But so we're way up here. I'm just gonna back. I believe that's right there. After you, let's just assume we use that mana potion. After you get a kill or you run out of like all mana stuff that you can even handle, you want to back it and get a teleport. You want to make sure you have enough gold for a teleport on top of any items that you were going to get. The teleport probably would take priority over that. I would say a teleport and 2 woods is what you need to make sure you have. So what does that cost you? Like 350 gold? So calculate your 350 gold on top of your items. So if I was going to try to go finish Doom Orb and come back, I would want to have, I can't even think right now, I'm way behind. Because is that 1150? Yeah, 1150 gold. And so we finish our Doom Orb and then we head back to our lane, which is over here. And so you would teleport in, you would hit the thing. It won't let me do that here because there's no towers for you to teleport to. And then just assume that the Fury camps are over here. You would kind of place it to where you can see there, and also see over here. And so those would be warded. Or if you can push up far enough, it's better to put your wards on this side of the thing, or of the camp, because you could see them coming from their red camps or their orange camps to try to get those mid harpies. And also, if you have a ward there, if you just kind of place a ward and you haven't actually seen that the harpies are gone, it will do that for you. So you can do all that. For the most part, that's going to be the whole guide there for mages in general, because most of them are made for playing mid. And you'll see on Saturday when I do the support video, Isis is considered a support, and she's played in mid more than anywhere else on the map. So we'll talk about, well, not really talk about that. I'll probably show more support duties for that anyway. So I'll probably use Aphrodite because she's pretty awesome, or Changa. I don't know. Another thing you would want to look at for playing middle is if you see, like, because if you're using your wards, you're going to see where they're going, which is another reason why setting your wards on this side, like the far side, is better, because you can see if they're trying to roam to another lane instead of just trying to go snag a buff, and you can let your just say to your teammates, just enemy missing middle and incoming left or right.
Enemies incoming right.
And if your ability is up, like off cooldown, not even with a couple seconds left, just go ahead and throw it and head that way. Head to your teammates so you can help them in a fight. And so, and putting your ability out here is going to give your minions the push they need to get up to the tower. And then you can rotate over to help your teammates with any engagement that the middle lane was trying to go put on the side lane. A lot of times you'll see the mid player, if the jungler is preferring the speed buff, you'll see the enemy mid player drop out to go pick up a red buff. So try not to mistake that. I mean, you could go up, especially with any of the mages that have an ability like this, tornado or whatever, just kind of throw it over the wall and run out. You'll just do a little bit of harass damage to them, which is pretty nice. Don't really think there's too much to go over on that. If you want to look for specific builds for anything, we are still working on doing guides for all the gods, and I'm gonna have to do multiple ones because the fact that I play a jungler for me and just the DotsCast crew, I guess, when we play together. And so, but there are a couple of gods that are not assassins that I use for jungling purposes, like Athena and Thor. And so I need to go back and do guides, except for Thor. If anyone ever plays him not as a jungler, it's pretty much a waste of time. But Athena is a great jungler, and I think I did Freya as a jungler, so that's pretty clear. It was just a little bit of damage from level 8, which is pretty okay. If you have any more questions about playing mid lane, just leave a comment, and we can figure that out. If I can't answer the question, we have Bryant, who plays mid for us all the time. Could probably figure it out. But thanks for tuning in for this. This will be the first episode of Smite Roll Call from DotsCast, and tomorrow will be Tank Tuesday, and we'll talk about your roles as a tank, and also pointing out what tanks, which I think it's just Athena, is used for other roles. Or old school solo laners, stuff like that. We'll talk about that and how some of the tanks don't need to go full prot and how they are better used as like a bruiser kind of deal, which would be like Hades and Vulcan, but you'll see more about that tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the video, and this was your Mage Monday for Smite Roll Call from DotsCast. And I'm sure everyone's going to give me crap when they say that this is posted as ROLE call instead of like a roll call, like calling people or whatever. But we'll see how that goes. I'm going to hop out of here and get this video out to you. So hope you enjoy, and stay tuned for more. And we'll keep these videos rolling, and I'll try to get a guided video out this week too. Just like a specific god guide video. I think Blake is going to do Neath, so sweet. That'll be on Tuesday. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.